Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Back the Log Off. I'm Professor Icepick, and tonight we're going to be going back to the Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky SC. And guess what, guys? I managed to finish my stream early, so that means we get another 3-session week, baby! I don't know why. I'm just always so excited about getting the 3-session week, honestly. Just makes me feel so happy. Alright, but enough talk. Let's get on with it. Load. Okay, let's do a few side quests then. Okay, and I know exactly which one this is going to be about. Alright, so... Young master, there's no failing on our part in this matter. It was the proposal of your companion to dress in casual wear after all. Buy some time somehow. Stall them. I've already taken action on my end. Excuse me. What is it? My time is... Oh wait, you're... Hi again. Hello, Reina. Even Chloe is here? Goodness. What's going on, Reina? It's quite a long story. I assume you saw our posting? Well, yeah, that's why we're here. I would like for you to handle this mission as quickly as possible. Will you accept it right now? Yes. Sounds pretty urgent. Let's get to it. You accept then? Oh, thank you. I'll explain the situation to the bracers. You go deal with the rest of them. As you wish, miss. Please take care of our mistress. Oh god, they're both in uniform. Yes? Who was that exactly? I feel like I've missed something. A servant of the house, like me. We're both charged with caring for the mistress. Charged with, yes, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me explain what's happened from the beginning. Please. Right then. Estelle, you remember Felicity, yes? Felicity? Yeah, actually. I think I'd know her if I saw her. We met while investigating the ghost story. So, what's Felicity done exactly? She ran away. Eh? As I said, she ran away. Specifically from here at the Anteros. She ran away from the restaurant? Why would she need to do that? Why did she flee? I would like to ask her that myself. After all, today is a most auspicious day for our mistress. And what's that supposed to mean? Take a look over there by the corner. Hang on, that's... the son of a certain Erebonian noble, yes. He has traveled far into what most Erebonians consider a barbarian hinterland for a wedding conference with our mistress. Oh, okay, I see. A wedding You mean like an arranged marriage? Felicity's being married off? Student she may be, but the mistress is 16. As a daughter of a noble house of the Erebonian Empire, it is shameful for her to have no proposals. Now just a freaking second! There are kinda more important things than your family's high and mighty honor or whatever. Have you considered what she thinks? This proposal comes from a person of notable lineage and personal status. If Milady Felicity meets him, I'm sure she will find him compatible. That's so not the problem here! Man, I can kinda see why she fled at this point. So can I, to tell the truth. I think I'd try to flee from something like this myself. Don't think any of us can blame her. I just wish she'd thought about how this would get people other than herself wrapped up in the mess. You are, of course, entitled to your own opinions. I'll refrain from voicing my objections. What matters now is not a debate over the merits of free love, but bringing back Mistress Felicity. Yeah, moral debates aside, her being out on her own, out of contact with everyone, isn't helping anybody, least of all her. Any idea where she would have gone to? Felicity's personality is such that she tends to go off as far as she can when she is committed to something. I suspect she has gone quite some way at this point. Quite some way, huh? Other side of the city, maybe? She wouldn't go onto the roads. Quite the opposite, in fact. We know she is nowhere in town. In other words, she is taken to the roads by default, on foot. What? But that's really dangerous right now with the monsters the way they are. Ergo, my request. Do you understand now how severe the situation is?
Damn, say that first instead of distracting us with this wedding stuff. Any idea where this girl went? I'd take a vague direction at this point.
The mistress said again and again she was returning to the academy. Beyond that, I fear I cannot help you. The academy? So towards Rouen. That'd be to the west from here.
Yeah, we should check the road to Rouen first.
It's a plan. Okay, Reina, I still don't really like this, but we'll go find her. Anything else before we go? Yes, Given everything, may I ask you to convey a message to her? Sure, what's up? If you would, tell her you're such a coward. That is all. What? You're really sure you want us to deliver that? I am sure. Call it a calculated action.
Fine, whatever. Let's just get this done.
Yeah, fine. We're off then. Good luck to you then.
I mean, they hinted at this earlier. That's the thing. Oh yeah, the Bose Market. Let's see. Felicity's hardware store. Wow. Okay. Huh. Wow, those all kind of suck, actually. Okay, that's the pharmacy. That's a food store. That's the other food store. Hello, what are you looking for today? Wait, those clothes. Are those a Capital brand?
Huh? Wow, I'm surprised you know.
Yeah, I've seen more clothes than most people. And still from a first-class brand, an order made at that, huh? It's frustrating, but that's an incredible design. I gotta keep improving if I ever hope to compete. Ah, the smile of the confectionery shop lady really is wonderful. But that lady has someone she's promised her future to. It's the young guy running the ice cream stand over there. Apparently he's a real competitive person, so he started his own shop because he didn't want to play second fiddle to her in her shop. And they're engaged, so you'd think they could run a shop together.
Let's see, next I need to go check our inventory of carpets. Really, Murano is as much a slave driver as ever. There are so many people, I don't even know who to ask. Where on earth could that girl be living?
Where is the ice cream shop? Oh, there it is. Okay, give me some ice cream. Give me some fucking ice cream. Oh, it's all just stuff I already have. You're boring and useless. Okay, we got another issue of the Liberl News. Let's see, non-aggression pact signed, the Pledge of Three Nations, neutral party Archbishop, Queen of Wishes, affirm their participation, pact not complete, thanks to the efforts of the Queen. While the Imperial Emperor and President Martin were unable to attend, VIPs from each nation, foreign news agencies also gathered. New age engine samples provided. Future of the Three Nations. Voices of doubt remain on the practical. Value of the pack. Fiction. Society, Rolent region covered in fog. I wonder if you actually sell any food.
What should tonight's main dish
be? God, what am I saying?
What should tonight's main dish be, I wonder? I need to decide before tonight's special offers start.
Oh wait, I can actually make some foods? I can make a food. Okay, and there's the West Bose Highway. Actually, before we go, let's check out the weapon shop. Let's see if I can upgrade my shit. Ah, perfect. Okay, now the rest of them are all upgraded, as you can see. So let's take a look and see if there are any cool quartzes we can get. Ooh, HP 4. Okay, that could be helpful. And attack 4. Oh, I don't have enough. Shield 4 I have enough for, though. But evade. Ooh, action 4. Ah, but I can't afford that. Move 2, EP cut 4. Well, maybe later. The current owner, Cornelius, actually founded this Orbital workshop. It had a different owner for a while, but he was actually arrested recently. So Cornelius once again owns his factory. I never really heard the details, but it was apparently a huge mess. Nigel, the man who stole the factory from me at one point, is still in jail. And honestly, I keep in touch with him. He was a friend once, and prison sounds like hell for him. Still though, the shop's been healthy, and if I may say so, well run ever since I got it back. So kick back, relax, and let me know if there's anything you need. Kick back, relax. So kick back, relax. something, I don't know. Edelstaff. Rune Blade. T-Launcher. And Ogre Buster. I just want to test something here, actually. Oh, whoops. Wrong way. Here we go.
Care for a rematch?
We're good to go.
Care for a rematch?
I just remember those things being weak to, or being strong against water, fire, one of those two. Hooray! Well, I thought something interesting was going to happen, but I guess not. Oh, hey, look at that. We made it. Hey, revenue is that way. I said we'll go once we've got some time. Come on.
Right, you did. Still, we've come this far. We might as well, right? Estelle, maybe if you shouldn't push our luck. Aw, but you want to visit too, right, sweetie? Well, sure, but...
Just drop it, will you? We're going back.
Something's fishy here. Guess he really doesn't want us to meet his little sister. Did I get the wrong idea about something? Huh? Ah, no, it's nothing. Come on, Estelle. Let's go catch up with Agate, okay?
And good riddance.
Nicely done.
There you are, my little fishing hole. A trout. Ooh, time steppeth. Well, let's try the big one. Let's try the big guns here. Oh my god, we actually got something. Snakehead. Alright, let's try a trout then. Yep, got something. Another snakehead. Okay, fair enough then.
Basic make.
Found EP charge. It's empty, but if you planted a seed and kept coming back to water it, you might be able to grow a potato or something. That was easy enough. A leathery tail.
Care for a rematch?
Found Terrell Bomb. Somewhere deep down in the last pulsing remnants of your soul, you know you're a monster. Okay, well, this works out for me too, actually. Oh boy. Well, I didn't get to use it in time. Hooray! Someone leveled up. Has exterminated monster at Crone Pass. Found reviving balm. Oh sure, just take it! My name's Eric, by the way. I bet asking my name never even crossed your mind, did it? Found Curia Balm. You know the chest is empty, but it has served you well. Instead of opening it, you give it a gentle pat on the head. Hooray! Okay, now she's at level 59, not bad. Found Earth Septium 200. Ah! Found EP charge. There's nothing in this chest, but sometimes it's good to pretend. Hello, good work making it all the way out here. Lately, there have been a number of powerful monsters on the roads, making them dangerous. Feel free to use the post facilities to get some rest. Wait, we're actually allowed to go in? Okay, cool. Heard Norman got elected as the new mayor of Rouen. He's mostly all about turning Rouen into a tourist spot, but he's promised not to totally neglect the harbor. Like they said, I guess, balance is important. Yeah, hi. I was gonna read this over dinner, but well, I got so into it, I burned right through it. There's not much to do for fun at a posting like this, so you tend to blow through that sort of thing. Anyway, here, might as well share, right? At this point, the only pleasure left to us is Officer Soros's cooking. He always says, oh, it's just a hobby, but he's seriously a pro. Lately, he's had some time and has been in the kitchen a lot. I was surprised that Amalthea and the rest of the intelligence division were bold enough for one more attack. But with their defeat, the threat of insurrection within the kingdom has truly ended at last. We men of the border garrison can finally sleep the sleep of the just for once.
Phew! Glad I managed to get this far. Oh, but I can't stay here forever. I've got to figure out some way to get back to Genis or... Aha! That's really Felicity. I'll admit I didn't think she'd make it this far on her own.
A Royal Academy student? I'm guessing that's the runaway we're looking for.
Yeah. Oh, you are? Hi, it's been a while. I guess it has anyway. It's only hit me just now. Oh, yes, hello, it has. Since we last met at the academy, yes. Hello, Felicity. What, Chloe, you're here too? What on earth brings all of you out here? If I can, I'd like to ask you something. We're dealing with an emergency and we'd like your cooperation. My cooperation? With what exactly? It's not hard or anything. We just need you to come with us. Back to Bose. Felicity? I knew it! Let me guess, you're Reina's hired thugs now. Thugs? I'd kind of like to not be compared to surly guys with clubs, thanks. Yes, really.
Now hang on, miss. Figured that school would have taught this lesson. Bracers are sworn to neutrality in conflicts. We're no one's thugs and no one's operatives.
Yes, I know what you are, in theory. But trust me, I know how the world really works. Regardless of pretty words, you intend to drag me back by force, don't you?
If you try to flee into the dangerous wilderness on your own, we may have to, yes. This ain't a barrel of laughs for us either. Please, just cooperate and come with us.
Stay back, you! Any closer and I'll scream. Felicity, just calm down a second. It's okay, we're not going to do anything.
Exactly how I was afraid this would go down.
Agate, you back off too. Let me handle this. Okay, Felicity, listen. We are here to take you into protective custody, yes. And look, I can totally sympathize with you hating this marriage thing. Oh, certainly. That's unforgivable in and of itself. The real problem, though, is Reina. Wait, I'm sorry. What do you mean? She betrayed me utterly. We were supposed to be making a little tourist trip out to Bose. See the market, say hello to Mayor Maybell. I've stopped by Bose briefly before, but I never had the chance to really see it. So you can imagine how excited I was to make the trip. And then, as soon as we arrive, what do I find but an arranged marriage waiting for me like a snake pit? Reina had been deceiving me from the very start. Now I see. It sounds like you guys have had problems for a while. But look, doesn't that make it even more important to go back? You should meet Reina and tell her how you really feel. No, that's impossible. I never ever want to see Reina again. Not making much progress here.
Hey, come on. How long are we gonna play around? She ain't gonna come willingly. We're gonna have to be bastards about this.
I really would rather it not come to that. Give me just a bit longer here. I'm gonna try the hard sell. Okay, Felicity, you really won't go back to town? Absolutely not. As long as Reina and that arranged marriage are waiting for me, I never intend to set foot in Bose again. I see. Well, all I have to say then is... You really are a coward, Felicity. I'm a what? Did you just call me a coward? Yeah, I did. And how am I a coward? Explain yourself. Well, you've been listing off a whole bunch of reasons for a while now, but the real reason you don't want to go back is because you're scared of the marriage meeting, right? I am not scared! Then why not just go back to Bose and confront it? You seem dead set on making the wedding meeting out to be purely Reina's fault. But looking at the facts, there's no way she did all this because she wanted to. Think about her position. This can't possibly be just her fault. Well, and yet you're latching onto her as an excuse to keep running away. We all run into stuff we hate in life. You don't want to risk being forced into marriage. I don't want to drag you back to Bose for it. But if we all just try to run away from it, sooner or later it catches up to us. I think Reina knew you'd try to run from us. That's why she felt she had to lie. I think Reina knew you'd try to run from this. That's why she felt she had to lie. Yes, I know that. Okay, yes, you're entirely right. That's why I'm so angry at Reina. Huh? Reina always spends so much time being nice to me, flattering me. But when it comes down to it, she couldn't be honest to me about this of all things. Aren't real friends supposed to trust one another? Well, Estelle, isn't that what friends are supposed to do? Answer me! Is what I'm saying wrong? Felicity? Whoa, Felicity, wait a second. I'd like a second to, actually answer.
Yeah, now I get it. You've got a lot more than just an objection to an arranged marriage in this. Aren't you taking it out on the wrong person, though?
You're right. Estelle isn't the one who needs my venom. I need to save this anger for Reina. Wait, so you'll go back with us? You're sure? Yes. I do feel a little more clear-headed now that I've managed to spit all that out. For now, let's go back to Bose. I need to let Reina know how much he hurt me. Phew, thank goodness. I'm glad this ended somewhat well, at any rate. No, I'm all right, and Estelle has a point. I can't just run from this. I need to confront what's being forced on me and let everyone know what I think. That's the spirit. Sorry, I know I was kind of playing hardball there for a while. No, I should be the one to apologize. I know that you know the answer to that question already, Estelle. Let us be off then, everyone. After all, I will need your escort on the way home. Yeah, leave it to us.
Let's get this show on the road, then. Oh, we're just gonna teleport back, then. Alright, fine. Ah, mistress, I am glad to see you are well.
As am I. We've been waiting. Reina, let me be clear on one thing. I still haven't even remotely forgiven you. Yes, I'm well aware. We can, however, discuss that later. Yeah, I suppose we can. This isn't something we can do in 5 or 10 minutes. Well then, lead the mistress to her seat.
Of course. Mistress Felicity, please, this way.
All right. I'm sorry I put you guys through so much trouble. No, trust us, we understand. Good luck in there, okay? I'll see you back at school, Felicity. Yeah, see you there. Bye, everyone. You performed well, Bracers. In the place of my lord, allow me to offer our gratitude for your efforts. It may not be much, but this is a token of our thanks. Please, take it.
Receive Tornado Fan.
Yeah, thanks. Well, that's the job settled, for better or for worse, but, Reina, are you okay? Your relationship with Felicity kind of seems to be, a wreck. This is all for Felicity's sake. It is the fate of we servants to be hated by those we serve. Oh, Reina. Haven't you ever considered that Felicity doesn't think that way? I don't understand what you mean. Felicity thought of you as a friend, okay? Like, it's really obvious. If you thought your role was to be hated, I think that's where you two slipped away from each other. Maybe it's a little big-headed of me to be saying all this, though. No, it is something worth thinking about. I believe Felicity and I will need to sit down and talk for a while after all. However, for now, if you'll pardon me. Oh yeah, and good luck. I'll see you at school too, Reina. Farewell. Well, that's another tempest waiting to rage in a teapot. I kind of hope they can rebuild their friendship, but man, it is all rather dire, isn't it?
I know how you feel, but this is as far as it goes for us. The rest has got to be up to them. The missing lady complete. Welcome to the Anteros. Our restaurant has long been lauded for selecting only the most superlative ingredients to complement a marvelous dining experience. But seeing is believing. By all means, I more than welcome you to come and taste the best that Liberl cuisine has to offer. Can we get food here? Is there any way to get food here?
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Felicity. Allow me to offer my sincerest apologies for keeping you waiting. I was busy with live studies of modern society, a task from the Academy.
I've eagerly awaited the day I would meet you. I was a bit concerned when you hadn't shown. Regardless, we have at last met. As a man of the Empire, I have no intention of picking over the little things. First, a toast to our meeting and to our future, to the future of our glorious families.
Yes, gladly. However, I shall have to give my salute to the occasion with a soft drink.
The young lady was painted as a woman of travel studying abroad in the kingdom. It appears that picture was not false. Her understated grace and confidence are no less than I would expect from someone born of such a noted family. Okay, yep. Despite such a strong resistance to this meeting, now that it's begun for such an exchange of words, this flexible attitude is the ability needed to survive in high society. Very impressive, young mistress.
The arranged marriage meeting has already begun. Everyone, please remain quiet. The young lady that gentleman was waiting for appears to have arrived. What a relief. Now we can finally serve them their food.
God. Alright, let's report the missing lady. Good work! Always nice to see some progress. If you complete any more jobs, be sure to come back and report. Wait, didn't I? Now wait a second. Wait, I killed the Crone Pass monster. What the hell? Hold on a second here. That's... Okay, that's weird as hell, but whatever. Oh, I get it. I need to report all of them together then. Okay. Alright, no, I understand now. Ambassador Kranal's medal has been stolen by someone. The Erebonian ambassador hereby requests that immediate Erebonian Frieden Hotel rarest flavor. Do I have all I think I might actually have all these items. Okay, let's go check and see if I have all these items then.
Yes, what is it? Yeah, hi. We saw your posting on the guild board. You're Gwen, right? That's correct. Yes? Oh, wait, I know you. Aren't you the ones who got ingredients for us a while back? Yep, that's us. Hello. It would seem our fates are intertwined. Shall we get down to the details?
Yes.
Sure. So this is a job to collect ingredients, right? That's right. I need some rare ingredients for research into new frontiers of cooking. And I'm going to need you to gather them. Go gather them. It isn't terribly urgent, so feel free to hold off until you have more time. All right, then.
I think we could use some advice on collecting this stuff. Some of the ingredients on the list are pretty rare.
Yeah, that's a good point. Juicy bones, for example, are kind of hard to get. At least the ones you want, intact. The most difficult ones will be the juicy bones and curative horns. The lucky things will be a bit easier, I think. Is this all available in the Bose region? Yes, the monsters around here should drop them in reasonable quantities. You can get good bones in Nebel Valley, I believe. The horns are at their toughest north of Ravenau. You can find fanged monsters in the Crone Pass. That's, kind of spread out. This is going to involve a lot of walking. Well, that's the idea. This very difficulty is why I need assistance. You do have a point there. Once you have all the ingredients, bring them here. I'd like to receive them all at once. If you bring them piecemeal, I'll just send you right back out to get the rest. So, just deliver it all in one go? Honestly, I think that's easier on us anyway.
Assuming a certain someone doesn't snack on them anyway. We should keep track of what recipes we prepare on the way back here, too, and make sure we don't use any of them.
Yeah, do you have any other questions? If not, I must get back to work. Let's see, we have the locations we need, instructions on delivery method. Nope, I think we're all set. Good luck then. I'll be waiting here. Oh, do you have the ingredients? Yeah, take a look. Yes, this appears to be everything. Let me take them off your hands then.
Yeah, I already had everything on me.
Phew, and that is that. Well done. Really, thank you for helping me. I know how busy you are, and it really means a lot that you're so willing to assist. Don't worry about it. I'm just glad we could help. If you have time, please come in again for a bite. And good luck in your travels. Yeah, see you. And good luck with your experiment, Gwen. Thanks for today. It was a big help. If you've ever got some time, come by and have a meal, alright?
Almost humiliate. Okay, yeah, no. Finally put a dish. Alright.
This new pottage is positively divine. The food here never ceases to keep me on my toes. I'm always eager to try their latest dishes.
Okay, so yeah, none of this dialogue has changed at all.
By all appearances, the man at that table is from the Empire. I know a non-aggression pact was signed, and there's not as much tension hovering in the background as there used to be. Still, I can't help but feel uncomfortable about the whole thing.
Welcome to the intros. Okay, so... So I wonder if we're gonna get a new permanent team member soon. Okay, so we gotta go to the hotel next. Oh wait, what am I thinking? I forgot to come here. Golden risotto. Oh, 8 golden risotto. That's right, I said golden risotto. And flame tongue stew.
I'm a researcher of ancient life. I'm sure what I've sought after is in these lands. Ha! Well, look forward to it.
Welcome. Sit anywhere you like. There's plenty of room.
Hey, welcome! We're a cheap, delicious everyman's restaurant. Our selling point's a more at-home atmosphere in contrast to the Enteros. I want to go see the gay mayor.
Welcome to our humble home, Bracers. Allow me to thank you for your previous efforts. I know the mistress appreciates them. Mayor Maybell is in the study on the 2nd floor. She is quite busy as always. Please do not distract her for very long.
Bracers, hello. Miss Maybell is in her study next door. If you have business with her, you may find her there. Please do not disturb her if you do not. Hello, everyone. Already on business, I take it? Uh-huh. We just wanted to let you know what we were doing. We're going to start by helping with the wanted monsters.
That's just what we're doing for now, mind.
No, trust me. The city of Bose and I thank you for your service. There have been so many of them as of late. They've really been wreaking havoc. So they're causing you trouble too? Yes, ensuring the roads are safe and passable is vital to keeping this city alive. I know it must seem like a simple mission, but its completion means more to this city than you may think. We're all counting on you to defeat those monsters. Leave it to us.
Okay, well, in that case, we have said our piece. Okay, this must be the maid's quarters. There's the dining room, and that's an exclamation point mark there. All right, let's go. Okay, so 203.
Apparently that's some VIP from somewhere staying on the 2nd floor. But I don't know much else about him. He just locks himself in his room most of the time. I wonder what he's doing in there.
I know what I'd be doing. A man his age should not be staying at home bopping his boppo.
This room is currently in use by the Imperial Ambassador. If you have no business here, please refrain from entering.
Is this where we can contact the Imperial Ambassador?
Yes, that's correct, but do you have some business with us?
You're the ones who have business, I think. We're from the Bracer Guild. You guys submitted a request?
Ah, Bracers, I see. Pardon me. If possible, I'd like to have you listen to an explanation of the case immediately. You have the time at the moment?
Yes. Yeah, no problem.
This way then, please. The secretary will explain the details.
Oh, hey, this guy.
Sir, the bracers have come to attend you.
Oh, you're here! Oh, you all are...
It's been some time. Thank you very much for your support in the capital. What brings you to Bose?
With the signing ceremony over, I finally have a somewhat open schedule. I've been planning a visit for some time, and I finally managed to realize it.
Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. God, why can't I say that? Ah, gotcha. An inspection trip.
Huh, it matters not. More importantly, my medal must be recovered.
Is it that important?
Berkeley, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and show it to the bracers.
Yes, immediately.
It seems like the ambassador's quite, concerned.
Well, it's not an unreasonable action. This event is quite the serious crisis for the good ambassador. After all, that medal is an heirloom of great honor and glory bestowed directly from the emperor. To have that stolen is a slap directly to the ambassador's face. Should news of this reach the fatherland, the good ambassador would be the laughingstock of the capital.
The laughingstock of the capital? Isn't that a bit, extreme?
I'm afraid not. I love my country dearly, but a blunder like that would be blood in the water for the high society sharks. Should the rumors spread, there is no doubt that his reputation would take quite the beating behind the scenes.
Yikes! Talk about nasty. Erebonian society really is a scary place, huh? Seriously?
And that is the fate of those who live in politics. You understand now why we asked you to come? I see. I think I've got it. So what's this thing the ambassador talked about? He acted like he wanted to show us something. Yes, actually. There was a card that appeared to be a declaration of criminal intent left at the scene.
A card?
Yes, something like that. Allow me. Lovely princess and your escorts. The bell of judgment draws near. The Iron Horse's medal is in my hand. Should you desire to reclaim it, strike through mine riddles. Your first key is the following spell. Recul, back the in flower. The end of everything is the beginning. Heed this well, even.
Really, he puts a lot of work into these. The guy's so persistent, I can't even work up the energy to complain.
Yep, not even getting worked up about. Anyway, we should go over the important parts of the card.
Okay, well, the main point seems to be this Rickel word. I think we'll have to start by looking for what that means.
In which case, the bits that come after that will be important. Most likely, those parts will be the hint to that word.
The end of everything is the beginning, yes. It certainly would seem to be. Should be enough to start with. First, let's check out the town using that as a hint.
Do you think you'll be able to investigate the matter?
Yeah, we should be. Well then, if we find anything out, we'll let you know.
Yes, we expect good results from you all.
The investigation shall be underway then? We're counting on you.
Yeah, leave it to us.
Oh no. Oh no, it's another fetch quest. Da-da-da-da-da-da. What if you get an achievement for doing all of the scavenger hunt things? Okay, so... Alright, so let's look over that hint again. Our first clue is this code. Rickle, back the in flower. The end of everything is the beginning, so... Is it backwards? Back the in flower. Back the in flower. Oh, whoops. It's so easy to accidentally walk out of town, you know? It's weird. So yeah, I just did it again. Did not even mean to. Okay, let's see. Bose Market.
Ah, welcome. I'm part of the staff here. I'm helping Mom out. We've got lots of useful stuff. Please take a look around the store.
Antiques are my hobby, you see. It's a part of my daily routine to go look for rare finds that like I am now.
Well then, it seems like all the special offers during the morning have already ended. Of course, I've checked every store in the market. Thanks to that, I got some great meat at an absolutely shockingly low price. What should tonight's main dish be? Okay, yep. Okay, so fair enough then. Welcome! We've got Costella cake made with the fluffiest eggs. It's a must-try of the Bose market. Would you like one? My parents forbade me from ever coming to the market, but I've been coming here to play for a long time in secret. I really do like the atmosphere of the market. It's very crowded, and it'd be a stretch to say it's even clean, but it's just bursting with the liveliness of so many people.
Hey, welcome! I've got delicious ice cream, even popular in the capital. Back the in flower. Okay, well, that's a flower, so the anterose... Wait, back the in flower... Okay, that's... Lick... And the sum... Okay, yeah. Alright. The end is the beginning.
The young lady that gentleman was waiting for appears to have arrived. What a relief. Now we can finally serve them their food.
Okay, Okay, maybe I'm not reading this right. Back the in flower. The end of everything is the beginning. Flower in the back. Lucre.
I wonder how you succeed at being a merchant. I don't know. Why not worry about that once you become a merchant?
The Cecilia's arrived on time. No equipment problems, check. Alright, we managed to send it off with no delays again, somehow. Scheduled liners don't have much time between takeoff and landing, so it's always a race to get them ready. Finally, back in Bose. I've been going all over, from Grand Cell to Zeiss to here, chasing the R-Cell. I ultimately never found it. It was still a good trip. Next time, though, I'll capture the R-Cell on film, for sure. It can't elude me forever.
I have a ticket reserved for Grand Cell tomorrow. I had a hard time before when the Sky Bandit scare happened and the flights were canceled. That whole incident really made me appreciate airships all the more.
Alright, the Cecilia got underway, no problem. Got a bit of time before the Lind comes bumbling in here. I should give the equipment a once-over. Oh, hey, Agate. Yo, Ted, how are you doing? Not too bad. You got in on that flight a bit ago, right? You, here to visit the hometown again? No, it's work this time.
Probably gonna stop in once things are settled, though, or get strong-armed into it.
Well, it ain't a bad idea to visit home every now and then, you know? Like, remember what you're fighting for and stuff. Anyway, hey, if I can do anything for you, you know where to find me.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so... I feel like... Wait a second. Dang it, that's not what I wasn't going that way. First clues this code. RICUL. Back the inflower. The end of everything is the beginning. So...
He talks big when it comes to his dreams, but does he ever think about what it takes to actually achieve them? Just once I wish he'd come up with a plan first before diving right into yet another one of his crazy ideas.
The Bose market is one of the centers of Liberl's economy. After all, the market's merchants even sell goods to the Empire. With the non-aggression pact signed, cross-border trade must be booming. Bose's future looks as bright as the sun does this morning. Ho ho ho!
What to buy today? Sometimes it feels like the world's so dull. Shopping is my only pleasure.
Man, lady, I don't like you.
I must admit, I became fairly lost the first time I visited this city. Of course, as fate and chance have led me back here, I've gotten used to Bose's many streets. So, first the shops on the southern block and then the market. As a merchant of the Empire, or one in training at least, I thought I'd try to increase foreign trade a little. So I thought, let's get dangerous, and came down here to Liberl to try and make it happen. Thanks to Marco, my mentor, I've managed to get in touch with several local merchants. Now I just need to work out some good deals, sooner rather than later. I'm going to get back to work at the market shortly, but right now I'm praying here to ask for success in business. But that sister's been glaring over at me for a while now. She seems astoundingly unwelcoming. Did I do something wrong?
The person over there praying. He came to petition the goddess for success in business. Does he not think it is rude to offer up such crude prayers? The city of merchants, Bose, has taken great care to protect its business for many generations, and the market here is easily the greatest example of that nurturing care. After all, anyone who can get permission can start a shop of their own. Oh, I understand why so many entrepreneurial spirits come to this land. I'm looking for a new side job. Ideally, I'd like to get as good a wage as I can. That means the market's probably the best option. I actually went to the Antarose a little while ago, and everything was so delicious. Just the idea of tasting it again gets me through the workday.
The manager and I have been talking, and we're thinking of getting some sake from the Eastern lands. It's got a flavor as rich as any wine.
Dish I made is finally on the menu. The dish I made is finally on the menu. But I can't let myself be satisfied by this. I gotta work even harder.
I finally put a dish that Gwen thought up on the menu. So different compared to our usual stuff. Yeah, alright. Alright, well, I'm all out of ideas. I'm just gonna cheat and look up the solution then. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Forgot the name of the Orbital factory. That's why I couldn't figure this out. Okay, let's...
The hint was Rickle, back the in flower, and the end of everything is the beginning. It must be a hint to read them in reverse. So I have to read the entire phrase backwards. Rickle must be special though, because it's all in caps. We probably just reverse the letters there. You end up with flower in the back, Lucier.
Ah, I get it. You say Lucier and Bose, and it's gotta be this place.
Right, so the card mentions a flower. Let's take a look.
There was a card attached to the pot.
Yes, found it.
There we go.
Okay, let's see here.
Your second key is the following spell. FTHKC2E. View the opened book. And remember always this wisdom. Those who seek the truth must forever look a step ahead.
What the hell? FTHKC2E? That's our hint? Pure gibberish. Thanks, man. Now you're also giving me a headache. There must be some kind of trick to reading it, like the last one. I would guess take a look a step ahead is an important hint for that. One way or another, how about we just look around the town? Maybe we'll figure out something if we wander a bit.
Yeah, just sitting here ain't gonna do much for us. Let's get moving.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so... Let's see, F... H... C... E... T... K... 2. I have an idea of where it might be. So, at the very least, we gotta look for an open book somewhere. Okay, those are all closed. Well, I can think of one other place that has an open book. I believe. Okay, maybe not there. Hello, everyone. Already on... Okay, yep. So this is dialogue we've already seen before.
Now then, time to prepare some tea. We have to make sure the mare rests sometimes after all. Mare Mabel has a bad habit of letting her work take over her life. That's why we make her tea sometimes and make her take a break.
Okay, so take a step ahead. View the open book. So we're looking for an open book, clearly. Must forever look a step ahead. Oh, wait a second. I think I know how this works. Okay, let's see here now. So, G, S, no, wait, G, no, wait, E, R, G, J, no, that's gibberish still. B, 1, F, wait, okay, one step ahead. Okay, so 1 F. Okay, so 1 F, so that's G, U, G, L, D. Oh, guild, third floor. Okay, I get it. Okay, see, that time I figured it out on my own. So, third floor of the guild. Look at the open book. Yep, there we go. When Estella investigated the book, she found a card stuck to it.
Okay, found it. Let's see.
Should you seek the third key, seek ye the reverently held casket.
Yep, we got it. FTHKC2E. Advance each letter by 1 and it becomes Guild 3F. The third floor of the guild house. The riddle solved. That's the riddle solved, I guess. But what the hell? Seriously? Right in the middle of the guild house?
The clown's trying to mock us. We'll have to show him what mockery gets you the next time we see him.
Yeah, no kidding. The next thing is a reverently held casket, right? I don't think he means it literally. Pretty safe to assume so. There aren't exactly a lot of caskets just lying around Bose.
My thoughts exactly. Starting to get into the clown's head, eh? Speaking of heads, let's put ours together and figure out what this casket's supposed to be.
Okay, so a reverently held casket. Let's see. Yeah, these are definitely a lot harder than the first, than the last few batches, that's for damn sure. Okay, Bose, lock, alright. The market finally processed my request for a store. This is the start of my life as a merchant. I'll put forward a great shop that won't lose to any of my rivals.
Okay, a reverently held casket.
Damn it, I barely even went off I didn't even go off screen. I went to the middle of the area. Okay, let's see.
With the signing of the non-aggression pact, trade with the Empire's picked up substantially. I've dealt with the Erebonians for years and years, though. This will be a good opportunity to expand my reach there.
Borden and Trino come from 2 of Bose's preeminent merchant houses. We may be friendly neighbors, but we're also rivals in trade who will never admit defeat. We've been pushed around by Trino a bit lately, but we have a plan. Hopefully all this new trade with Erebonia will make more than make up for it.
The main reason I'm still at the Royal Academy, though, is because I told them I'd study economics. My family seems to be set on the idea that I'll be a merchant when I graduate, but I personally have no real intention of following that path. I just somehow don't think it'd work for me.
Trade with Erebonia is our family's weak point, and it's also been something Borden has been able to do easily. I should leave the market to Simon for now. I think I have a plan.
With the non-aggression pact all done and dusted, trade with the Empire will be key from here on out. But Borden's had acquaintances in Erebonia since Eidos gave man the treasures, and that's his best business. We need to figure out a way around that.
Right now, the vision of the merchants of Bose is filled with the markets of the Empire. Everyone's busy trying to create trade routes to Erebonia.
Yeah, somehow I didn't think that was gonna work.
Oh, your clothes are lovely. My husband runs a boutique in the market if you're interested in getting more. I'm sure even you'll find something you like. Please go visit sometime. Dad sells clothes at the market? I'm gonna help out at Dad's store today.
Aw. Should you seek the third key, seek ye the reverently held casket. So it's something that's being held. Okay, so her office is also her bedroom. Wait, and there are 4 servants, so who doesn't sleep there, or better yet, who sleeps together? Oh, I get it. Clearly she shares a bed with her maid, with the maid. That's it. I like the ceiling fans up there. Ugh. Just so many weird details in this game. I love them. Reverently held casket. I mean, the place that I can think of that has the most reverence here would be the Bose Market, because, you know, that's kind of their entire economy, I guess. Come, take a look. I've got lots of fresh fruit just harvested from Ravenue Village. Crop munchers would kill for this stuff. Get it now. If you're thinking over what to make for dinner, then how about some vegetables from Rolent? They pair well with dial steaks. We just got our fresh delivery from Purzel Farm. Don't be a creepy sheep. Get in on this. Lately, Bose has been safe and peaceful, so getting products in stock has been totally stable. Thanks to that, our shelves are full of great stuff. Please, take a peek. Oh, and also check out Buck's store. This is the one next to mine. He's my partner.
Oh, everyone. You're the braces who helped me get a hold of some bear claws some time ago, Rias.
Oh yeah, now that you mention it, that did happen. It's been a while. Have you been well, sir?
Yes, as always. Still, you really were a great help at the time. Since you've come by, allow me to offer you a treasured piece of medicine.
Zerum power.
No need to hesitate. Take it. It's my way of saying thanks.
Wow, thanks! Well then, since you're offering, we'll gladly accept it.
I've got lots of other useful medicines to help you at your job. Should you need anything, please come by the Spence Pharmacy.
Right, got it. Well, that's a merchant for you. Never miss a beat on the job.
Okay, it looks like the answer to this is actually in the port, and apparently it's in a forklift, so I guess I just didn't look hard enough in that area. So, let's see. Let's go down and check that. Here we go.
The reverently held casket, huh? Calling it a coffin's a bit of a stretch, but it is being held like it was holy.
Yeah, but there's a problem. I don't see that bozo's card anywhere.
That is weird. I'm sure this is it, though. Wait, I know. I bet it's on the bottom of that thing. It might be, but, that little hole isn't big enough to crawl under to look. Yeah, good point. This container has to be it, too. Let's see.
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You were messing with machinery on my maintenance deck, weren't you? What in the hell were you trying to do?
We weren't messing with anything. We're trying to investigate this container.
Investigate? What? I think I'll explain. Agate showed Lakely his brains. Ah, you lot! Has a case led you to my dock?
Right to the middle of it, in fact. All right, I wanted to ask. Can we use that machine?
You bet you can. And what are you looking to do exactly?
We need to take a look at the bottom of that container. Could you lift it up just enough for us to take a look?
Sure, I suppose. Wait here a second. All right, here we go. All right, it's locked and safe. You should be able to get a look now.
Thanks, mister. Come on, let's see if there's anything there.
There was indeed a note attached to the bottom of the container.
And here it is. Thank you, sir. That's all we needed.
Great, let me get this container back down then. Seems you found what you were looking for. Thanks for helping us out. Don't worry, it was no big deal. Anyway, I don't know what you're investigating, but good luck with it. Well, I need to get back to work.
Of course. Thanks again. Phew. I'm glad he was willing to help.
Yeah, now time to get on with it.
Right, the card.
The door has been thrown open. Seek ye the proof of vanity. Find it in the words of the goddess. Even.
That's it. Looks like we're just about done. Yeah, I guess so. Words of the goddess? Well, you say goddess, and there's really only one place I can think of.
Yep, gotta be it. Let's get over there.
Off we go.
Well, yeah, obviously it's the church. It's the church. Oh, whoops. Man, I get turned around way too easily in this game. Okay, let's see. No. There you are.
These are the testaments of the Septian Church, aren't they? Do you think this could be the words of the goddess the clue was talking about?
You're right on target. The testaments are supposed to be the stuff the goddess said put to paper, so it makes sense.
Now that you mention it, I remember learning something about that in Sunday school. Anyway, let's check it out.
When Estelle investigated the book, she found an iron medal wedged between the pages. Found a medal with a two-winged horse and sword design.
Sweet, we found it! But man, just look at this thing. A little imposing for a medal, don't you think? Imposing is right. Still, I'd say the design is pretty apt for an Erebonian medal. So it's a cultural thing? I never would have guessed. Plus, with Ambassador Krana wearing it and all, this medal's got to need the impact of a boot to the head. It kind of works in a way.
That's one way of putting it. Any less showy on a guy with that kind of presence, and no one would notice the damn thing's even there.
And that might be even more true now than ever. He's looked scarier than usual, probably because of the medal being stolen. Now that you mention it, well, whatever, at least we found it. Let's go give it back to him.
Is it true? You really found my medal?
Yep, we got it. Well, here, showing you is probably the best way. Let me return it to you.
Estelle handed.
Oh, it truly is my... You found it! You really found it!
I hate to interrupt the moment, but is this something or other medal what you were looking for then?
It's not a something or other medal. It's the Grand Cordon of the Order of the Winged Stallion. This is no ordinary medal. It is an exceptionally high honor that all long to receive and few ever obtain.
Who the heck can remember something that long?
Did you say something?
No, nothing. Anyway, it's the right medal, or cordon thingy, right?
Yes, most definitely. This avoids the worst possible scenario. Now, if the criminal responsible could just be punished, things will be settled. Do you have an idea of who the criminal might be?
We've totally got an idea, but unfortunately where they went is another matter.
What? Is there no way you can capture them?
Not immediately, no. The one we've got our eyes on is the culprit is quite the well-known thief. Have you heard the name Phantom Thief B before?
Phantom Thief B? He's been appearing in Liberl?
Huh, so you do know him?
Yes. He reigned havoc in the Imperial capital for some time. He was a man who could not be captured even by the Imperial army. Seems I should be glad that my medal returned at all this time.
Yeah, seems that way.
Berkeley?
Sir?
Do you have the item prepared?
Yes, here.
Well, I feel some regret that things did not proceed to capturing him. Against the infamous famous Thief B, you can hardly be blamed. You recovered my medal in good order and maintained the dignity of the Empire. In acknowledgement of your great services to the Empire, I, the Erebonian Imperial Ambassador, grant you this Eisenrider's Medal.
Estelle was granted the Eisenrider's Medal. She did her best to keep a straight face.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations!
Congratulations! I certainly wasn't expecting this. This is kind of embarrassing.
Oh boy!
I understand your speechlessness at being awarded such an honor. It must be very hard for you to contain yourself. Ah, sweet youth. I was the same when I received my first medal. However, do not feel unworthy. No, your efforts are more than deserving of this. I expect great deeds in the future, as is befitting of one to receive this medal.
Yeah, thanks.
Actually, I want to see what it does, come to think of it. Okay, Estelle, what does it do? Okay, Tornado Fan. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Eisenrider's Medal. Oh. Actually, that could be kind of helpful, honestly. Yeah, no, I'm actively down with that. Alright, let's go kill some monsters and progress the story, I guess. Before we do that, let's turn in our cases or whatever. Okay, so we need to go to the Nebel Valley next. Let's see. Alright, so Nebel Valley is... Okay, so it's back towards Rolent. So... Okay, so Rolent is to the east. Okay, so... East Bose Highway. There we go. Okay, so off we go. Actually, I probably... You know what? I'm going to heal first, actually. Let's heal at one of the hotels. Let's heal at what it will clearly be a very expensive hotel. Oh. Okay, so they never go above 200 anymore. Okay, cool. I don't have a beef with that. That's a perfectly fine price. Okay, let us continue. Leave us continue, then. Okay, so there's a monster in Nebel Valley, and then there's one in the tower. Let's see. Preemptive strike! Hooray, someone leveled up. I didn't see who exactly. Because I wasn't paying close enough attention. Let's see.
Care for a rematch?
That didn't get me much. Well, that was easy enough. Honestly, those guys are too easy to fight to really be worth it. Ah, here we go. Nebel Valley. Now this'll put some hair on your chest. Palette swaps! I'm disappointed. I'm not really surprised, I guess. And that was easy enough.
Well, well, who are you kids?
Pardon us, sir, but we're from the Bracer Guild.
Yes, I can see that. And I also see a certain red-haired brat who's standing over there, too. Huh, who are you calling a brat, you old fossil? No, really, good to see you, Welmer. You holding up okay out here? I'm doing well enough to be able to keep up with you kids, that's for sure. I don't know what could bring you all the way out here, but welcome, I suppose. Feel free to use anything you need in here.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
Sorry for the trouble, old timer, and thanks. Oh yeah, we can rest. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Hooray! Well, at least I got one of them. At least I got a couple of them. That's something, right? Monsters appeared? Oh no! How the fuck? Okay, well that was easy enough. Found evade 4. Now, you know the rules. Is this the direction I came from? Oh god, it is. Alright, well let's... Ever since those Sky Bandits broke in, the brass has really gotten on our case about our security. Sorry to say, but we really can't let any civilians pass. The chief's given me strict orders not to let so much as a mouse pass through. Oh, hey, you guys travelers. Sorry about this, but I can't let you go any further. Ever since the friggin' Kapuas stole back their airship, the patrol's been really cracking down. Please, don't give us any trouble, okay? Civilians aren't allowed past this point. Sorry, but you're gonna have to turn back. Well, at least I found something interesting. Okay, let's backtrack a little. Yep. Bridge. Again. Okay, is this the same? Yep, now I went back the same way. Okay. Damn it.
Nicely done.
That was easy enough. Giant Foot is Giant Foot is mad! Oh.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
Giant Foot is toast. Oh, leave it alone for a second. All right, let's save, and then we're gonna heal a little. Okay, now let's do it. Oh boy.
Oh, okay. We're good to go.
That was easy enough. Hooray! Another level up. Exterminated monster in Nebel Valley. Found luck. You're not digging this whole one item per chest thing, are you? I swear I saw a second chest somewhere else. That's the thing. Okay, no, that's the one I already grabbed. And everyone has been jumping some serious levels this time, haven't they? Okay, wait a second. Okay, so... Alright, so let's see. So we need to get over... Okay, that's the exit. That's not where I want to head. Alright, let's see. So... Excuse me. That was easy enough. Dang. I could have gone for more levels.
Care for a rematch?
Well, that takes care of that.
Ah, there it is. Found water sepith, times 200. There's nothing in the chest but spiders now. They all stare at you and clap. Bravo! Okay, I guess that's it then. Let's get out of here. Okay, and Amberl Tower is to the south, it looks like. Just gonna heal again, and then we'll get going. Actually, let me check something here. Okay, I think I might actually have enough to upgrade Chloe then, so let's do that. Alright, let's see. Okay, now let's see. So, to the south. Alright, so we need to go through the south exit then. So it's already in the right spot, really.
Well, that takes care of that.
Okay, well that was pretty easy. Found Tierra Bomb. You find a skeleton wearing a name tag reading MT Chester. Sorry, that was a lie. You don't find anything. MT Chester, I like that. Found Tierra Bomb. Reviving Bomb. When you stare too long into the chest stares back at you. Oh wow, is it actually inside the tower this time? Found EP charge too. Wow, look at all this air! Found poison. The truth is, there's only one treasure chest in this entire world. It just follows you around, filling itself with new goods for you to plunder. Did you hear about the girl who paid for everything with black sepith crystals? She said it was only costing her time. Okay, I appreciate that one. That was a good line there.
Well, that takes care of that. Hey, rule.
Okay. Earth, wind, water, The chest is empty. No, seriously, it's really empty.
Piece of cake.
I'm beginning to think that maybe I should start switching out characters soon, but... It's because so many of these guys have finally caught up with everyone else. You know? Found Curio Balm. I'm alive, and I'm hungry. Feed me! Found Reviving Balm. Inside is a single piece of paper. It's a teaser for a brand new game called Trails in the Chest. It looks boring. You put the paper down and leave. Found Tierra Bomb. Found HP 4. Ooh, another HP 4. You find a skeleton wearing a name tag. Okay, you know. Sit down in the empty chest. You sit down in the empty chest. You feel safe here. Conscious that you're being stared at, you crawl out sheepishly.
Piece of cake.
Found Topaz Talisman. You obtain nothing! Absolutely nothing! Found S Tablet. You don't understand how hard it is to come up with 500 unique treasure chest phrases that are brimming with sarcasm. Do you remember the last time you opened this chest? The chest remembers.
Now, light of the heavens.
Got one.
Piece of cake.
Hooray! Ooh, Vital Cannon, too.
Well, that takes care of that.
Monsters appeared! Oh, I made a huge mistake there. Hooray! Found Phantom 2. It's empty, obviously. Probably should have thought this one through. Found Hero Bomb. How many years does it take for a story of heroes to become a legend of heroes anyway? Found Refresh Jelly. Sure, the chest looks nice enough, but you wouldn't want to get on its bad side, especially with your hand inside of it. Ah, crud. Found EP charge. Found surprise cookie. Why did you have to come back? You could have just walked away with the goods, but now the treasure chest has you right where it wants you. You open the chest and wait for an item to levitate from the chest and into your hands. Nothing happens. Found reviving ball. Inside the chest is a tear in the fabric of reality. Don't poke at it. Found gladiator head. Remember the stuff you took from here last time? Yeah, the chest was trying to afford chess college. Guess it has to start over again. Found proxy puppet. Let's take all the typos we accidentally left in this game at launch and shove them all in here. Pretend they never happened. Found star rabbits. You sneakily crack the lid of the chest and take a peek inside. Sadly, no treasure chest fairies flying around in there. No items either. Ooh, I don't like the loss of defense there, I'm afraid. Found long barrel too. This just may not have anything in the way of riches or possessions, but it's filled to the brim with hope for the future and love for the world. Okay, Tita, you're getting a slight upgrade. Oh god, what have I done?
We're good to go.
And there we go. Okay, so...
We did it!
That wasn't so bad. Found ebony shoes. You kick the chest open, but all you get for your talented footwork is a stubbed toe. Ow. Alright, let's see. So that's probably, yep, men's shoes. Yep, there it is. Okay. Exterminate. Holy crap. Space Jam.
Well, that takes care of that.
Well, that was easy enough.
Phew! That's the last one. Still, though, didn't they seem kind of odd?
What seemed odd about the monsters? They were...
Yes, the behavior of the monsters was bizarre. Some of them were blind with fury, but others were panicked and fearful. I kinda noticed that too. It was kinda scary. A gate? A gate? Something up?
Just thinking this might be a warning about something.
A warning? You mean to something Ouroboros is doing?
I can't say for sure, but something like this has happened before. Day after day, the monsters were all riled up. And then bam! Right after that?
Right after a gate?
Enough about that. Point is, animals have better instincts about this sort of stuff than us humans do. We better keep our eyes open for anything.
Yeah, good point. Back to the guildhouse for us then, I guess.
Sounds like a plan.
Found Curia Balm. Found EP charge. Okay, and I guess that's everything. Alright, back to the guild house. Wait, actually... No, I don't like it.
We've come out from the capital for some fishing. I promised I'd teach my husband how to fish. Looks might be deceiving, but I'm a member of the Fisherman's Guild. Let's just say I'm pretty confident in my rod work. I bet I could fish here.
Gotcha. What do we got? Snakehead. Uh-huh. Alright, let's try a trout then. Gotcha. Another snakehead. Alright, fair enough then.
Ah, so relaxing being at the inn. Back home, my old lady is such a hassle I can hardly stand it.
Hey, welcome! We've been getting a lot of customers coming in to fish lately. We even have a married couple in. The fishing community is getting bigger and bigger all the time.
Welcome to the Kingfisher Inn. If you're here to book a stay, please just say the word.
I remember this spot. Alright, let's go back to Bose and continue on with the story then, I guess. That was a fun little diversion while it lasted. Even if it didn't last very long. Don't think you finished any new jobs since your last report. Alright, fine. Well, let's talk then.
Lugren, we're back!
That's 3 more monsters for the trophy room.
Oh, good work, kids. Here, let me pay you out for that before you report.
Ooh, C rank. Aquamaster Rod.
Sounds like they were pretty violent, but you kids seem to handle them okay.
Well, about that, something's been bothering us.
What is it?
It's like this.
Good day, Mr. Jacob.
Ah, if it isn't young Maybell. Are you on your way to services at the church?
I'm afraid not. I've got to check in at the market first. I'll be sure to give Eidos her full due afterwards, though. Milady, you claimed the exact same thing the other day, but ultimately did not attend. Lila, how do you remember such trivial things? I absolutely will visit today, I promise.
Oh, well, remember, child, hard work is good for the soul, but so is finding time for yourself. And that goes double for people in positions of responsibility like yourself.
I know, I know. I'll find some time to go today. I promise, really. But for now, I must ask for your pardon. Have a good day, Mr. Jacob. Pardon us.
Is there gonna be a monster in the fortress, in the market? Oh, hey, fire.
I wasn't sure about her when she nominated herself for the mayoralty right after her poor father passed. But right now, look at her, the real face of a mayor. He'd sure be proud. She could serve to learn to relax a little, but... What in Idios' name?
Oh, that's a... Oh.
So the monsters were acting in a way that suggested they were disturbed by something. Aye, that does bother me.
Yeah, it seemed kind of creepy. Oh yeah, Agate? You said something like this happened here in Bose before, right?
Really?
Yeah, sort of. It was before your time here, Lugren.
Huh? Wait, Lugren, you haven't always been here?
No, I settled here after the 100 Days War. Before the war, there was just the one guildhouse in Grancel, you see. The other branches were set up after we kicked the Erebonians back across the Crone. Back then, I was a receptionist and coordinator over at the Grancel house.
Oh, right. I think Dad mentioned something like this before once.
It was right before that damn war. That's when the monsters were acting so strangely.
Huh?
Wait, do you mean to... What in Idios' name?
What was that?
Outside, come on!
Whoa!
I had a feeling. Oh shit. Oh shit.
What in the... It's gigantic.
That's a dragon!
That's the ancient dragon. The one which legends say has dwelt in Liberl since antiquity.
Well, this is quite the turn of events.
This is the society's doing, isn't it?
No denying it at this point. Ah!
Aren't
you Second Lieutenant Lawrence Belger?
Lawrence Belger was simply an alias. Enforcer number 2, Leonhardt the Blade Lord. You may address me as such from now on.
Leonhardt the Blade Lord?
Ah, now I understand. Leonhardt the Lion-Hearted, Is that why so many call you Lo or Lion?
Seriously? So you're Lo.
I never chose that name for myself, but many of my comrades do call me that. Call me whatever you like. It doesn't matter in the end.
Think you're so much better.
Ah! Do you intend to burn the whole city?
What a headache. Wait a minute, you! Our experiment this time was somewhat irregular. I'll be frank, you could never hope to handle this. Leave it to the Royal Army. Back down for your own sakes.
Oh shit. He's just flying away.
Damn it!
Damn it! What shall we do? He'll get away at this rate.
I'm going after the lizard. You guys check on the damage while you wait for the army to get here.
Huh? Agate?
I'll be in touch!
Agate! Wait!
Thank Idios you're here! Please help us! There are people who couldn't get out in time. They're trapped under the rubble.
What? Let's go help! This is awful.
Organize for...
Wait. We've got to figure out how we're going to do this. Quickly, but we gotta. Okay, Shara, take Chloe and Tita and help evacuate any citizens who are still in the area. Understood. Chloe, Tita, let's get to the west exit. Yes. Coming! Zin, Olivier, we'll help clear that rubble.
Right! Let us get lifting.
Leela, say something, anything.
No good. Can't move it with just us.
Mayor Maybell.
You guys!
Estelle. Oh, Estelle. We're here to help. Is someone under there? Lila pushed me out of the way and was... Oh no!
I think I can move this on my own. You there, step back a bit.
Sure. It's, in your hands.
Hiya!
Oh, shit.
Lila? Miss May...
She's alive!
Oh, Lila! Olivier, help me carry Lila!
Leave the fair maiden to me. I'm going to molest her.
Well, good work, everyone. I've gotten word that a Royal Army detachment is heading here from the Hacken Gate. You can leave the situation at the market to them.
Right. To think they'd bring out a monster like that! And Lawrence, the second enforcer. Leonhardt the Blade Lord. So he's our low, huh? At last our masked villain is... At last our masked villain is revealed to the audience in full. He never seemed like the kind of man to do something so heinous when we encountered him in the castle, but... Mr. Lugren? Have we heard from Agit?
Unfortunately not, little missy. That hot-headed fool, what an idios name does he think he's doing?
Agit? Hey, could that be...
This is the Bracer Guild, Bose branch. You, what? What?
What happened? Nothing good from the sound of it.
Yes, I understand. I'll send the others at once. Right. Keep it together, man. Help is coming. That was the elder of Ravenu Village, Ryzen. The dragon just attacked Ravenu moments ago.
Oh no! What?
The dragon torched their orchards and then flew away from the sound of it. Agate showed up after and helped with the firefighting, but...
Right, we're off! Estelle, let me convince you, please! Huh? My cannon would probably help against a flying target like, a dragon, and... Right, I get it. Just safety first, okay? If there's trouble, okay.
Please form your party.
Right.
Well, it's time to start leveling these chodes up. Okay, so Ravenow Village is out through... Well, I guess we're gonna have to see if we can heal first.
Nina, are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? No, I'm fine.
Well, don't worry. I'll protect the town.
That's a neat idea, but we should worry about protecting ourselves first. Hey, please, let's just go to the evacuation site. Well, okay. I never imagined something like that could happen to the market or the city. My dinner thoughts seem trivial in comparison. I can't even concentrate. You know what? Today will be bread and soup. If they don't like it, well, they don't have to eat. The shop people are selling even from where they evacuated to, it seems. Really, I appreciate that. I still haven't decided on what to do for dinner tonight.
God. Something terrible occurred. In accordance with Mayor Maybell's request, our hotel has opened its rooms to provide shelter for the merchants. But that monster reappeared. What can we do? Are we going to have to beat the shit out of a dragon? Okay. So everyone's all healed up. Whew. Okay. Ah, man. Oh, wait.
We're good to go.
Shit, I need to go back and I need to get them equipped. That's why they're acting like shit. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I do have a new gun for Olivier, so let's see how that works. Okay, let's see. Horrible. Okay, yeah, that's actually worse. This, however, is better. Okay, so protect gear. Need 2 of those and 2 ceramic spikes. Okay, and that's everyone I've got access to currently. Give him poison instead. Alright. The market is in chaos. Not exactly a good time to make deals. There's some sort of trouble at the market in the northern block, it seems. The timing could not be worse, just as I was about to go work out some trade deals. Would you look at this? Look at what the butler's doing for us. I just pushed my way in here without thinking, you see, with the man serving tea to all of us. And this cup, just look at it. It must be worth more mirror than my house. Chokes you up a bit to see such kindness, it does. Even people fleeing disaster are still guests when they come to this house. It is only natural to provide them with all the hospitality we can. Why, even during the war 10 years ago, citizens who evacuated to our home were provided with tea and refreshments. No matter the crisis, one must never lose their grace and composure. I am sure that Bose's swift recovery was based on Mayor Maybell's understanding of this. Phew! Managed to get away in just the nick of time. Of all the places I pick in a blind panic, I picked the mayor's mansion, huh? Talk about a mansion, though. Look at this place. Kinda wish I could have visited when it was a bit more peaceful.
Lila remains unconscious. I do not think her life is in danger, but for now, all we can do is pray for her mercy. I can't decide what we should do for dinner without Lila. Ah! Oh, please, Lila, wake up.
God.
I've contacted all of the shops people have evacuated to. I need to arrange a full investigation of the damage to the market and put together a plan to rebuild it and order materials. After that, I need to arrange to have aid and repair materials sent to Lila. Get it together, Maybell. You have a mountain of work to do. How is the city supposed to function if you sit around moping? Father would die of shame.
It's a terrible situation, but for the sake of my fiancée, we've got to overcome it. A while back, I left the stand empty. During that time, she held down the fort all on her own. That's why this time, This time it's my turn to support her.
Some rubble came crashing down right behind my wagon. I wonder if the people there are okay.
Wait, so are they... Wait, so is he selling both of their stuff now? Oh god, he is. That's cool. Alright. I heard the Costello lady evacuated to this bar. When I came inside, I saw her and her fiancé running the shop together. I figured it'd eventually turn out like this, but it's still kind of a shock.
It makes sense to welcome people who evacuated from the market, but letting them operate in our store, isn't that a bit too generous? We're rivals, after all. I wonder if he intends to wipe out what little business we get.
To have the market collapse, that's just crazy. We wanted to help, so we listed our place as an evacuation destination. So the people who run the ice cream and Costello stands came here. Seems like they're continuing their business, so if you'd like, buy something from them.
Did you see that just now? That was an ancient dragon! A dragon! One of the legendary creatures said to have lived since before the Great Collapse over a millennium ago. I knew I was right when I theorized they still lived. I need to get testimony from the witnesses and draw a sketch and...
I should have taken a picture, dude.
I saw that monster fly overhead on my way in from the landing port.
I took a photo without even thinking. Do you think this could be a scoop? Maybe I can sell this to a magazine or something. Wow.
Something most curious has happened. From the appearance of things, however, the danger has long since passed. It would seem there is no urgent need to evacuate. I thought a strong wind was blowing when suddenly everything went very dark. The next moment there was that huge monster landing on the market. I ran in here without even thinking. It sounds like something terrible has happened outside. For now, we should remain indoors.
We have received word from the owner that the situation is more severe than we'd anticipated. Thankfully, we'd already started preparing plenty of soup for those who evacuated here. Nothing helps to calm the mind quite like a warm bowl of soup.
What a fearsome sound. I wonder what happened.
It seems there's no immediate danger. Let us remain here for the moment. Still, whatever made that sound must have been terrible indeed. Perhaps we should end for the day here. Seems a dangerous band, but perhaps we should end for the day here. Fearsome sound. I wonder what happened. That sound! It was almost as if thunder had struck. I wonder what could have happened out front.
I heard an awful sound just now. It reminded me of the 100 Days' War. I'd heard it then, too. The city was filled with that terrible, terrible sound. The sound of buildings collapsing.
The manager just ordered some soup and he was pale as a ghost. Did something happen? I don't know the details, but something big went down outside, that's for sure. We can at least put out some cases of mineral water for now, I guess.
There's some kind of fuss happening out front. That's the least of my worries now, though. I've got to finish prepping for the main course. Slacking off here can seriously jam you up later when you need to start cooking.
God. That's not good. I guess I'll need to review all the business deals I have going on right now. You're kidding me! That's what happened at the market? We're gonna have to rework our pricing model from the ground up. With the market closed, prices are bound to fluctuate drastically. Some enormous monster attacked the market, and this young man here had the nasty misfortune of getting caught up in it, all while preparing to open his new store. I wish there was some way I could help. I know how very well hard it is to get your start in the market. I myself went through as much back in my younger days.
Just as I finally got permission to have a store and was preparing to open, I never thought something like that could happen to the market. Talk about a shock. Is it true that the market was attacked by an enormous monster? I can't believe it.
Okay, well now I guess we can go to Ravenau. So let's go to Ravenau. Hooray! Oh, come on. Ah, much better. Dumplings. Found terrible. You scour every square inch of this chest's empty innards, desperate to find any scrap of treasure you missed.
Whoops, went too far. Ravenau's to the north just before this bridge.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Okay, so... Good. So he's at level 60. Okay, that's kind of where I wanted him to get, honestly. Oh boy. Found smelling salts. The last time I saw something this empty, I was looking at my calendar. Okay, cool. Olivier leveled up. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Oh boy. Revenue.
No way! It's awful.
We should begin by finding the head of this village, I think. If anyone knows where our Raven Knight
and flying legend fled to, it will be him.
Yeah, let's look.
I've come to buy your food. Let's see. Hey, welcome. The fires may be up, but the damage to the orchards it's just terrible. I wonder if Raveno can even survive this. Like how they have a ramp instead of stairs. Okay, let's see. Here we go. The Moonlight Path. Paradise Cooler. Cooler.
Everyone in the village put something of themselves into that orchard. We took care of it through the rain, the wind, and yet it was all torn down and burned to ashes in a single moment. I'm so frustrated and angry I can't even cry. But everyone's saying I can't go outside because of the mean dragon. Are dragons really that scary? The stories are all nice and good and help the goddess. I guess dragons have different personalities, just like Louie and Vince, huh? Oh, Miss Bracer. Hey, Louie. Thank Idios, I'm glad you're safe. Yeah, I'm fine. But the orchards... Aw, you tear up so easily. Don't worry, it's okay. We're all together and we won't let the dragon do anything else bad. Really? Really. So just listen to your dad and be a good boy, okay? Just for a little longer? Okay, I will.
The screams of the children, the smoke of the burning trees. Oh mercy! Everything from 10 years ago come rushing back. It took but a single moment to lose everything we had. Okay, well he's probably in the orchard then.
This is terrible. The orchards are ruined. They even got Pesca's tractor. Damn you, dragon. Damn you. Oh, where on this earth did Vince run off to? And after I told him not to go out because it was dangerous too. He really does take after his grandfather. Everything's in one ear and out the other with both of them. My husband poured his heart into researching fruit trees. He introduced more efficient machines, carefully crossbred trees to be shorter so that harvesting would be easier. He's done so much for the orchards. There's passion. But now, what can I possibly say to make things better?
I heard the dragon hit Bose too. I'm worried, damn it, but I can't abandon the folks here either. My wife and son are in Bose. Once we're done cleaning up here, I'm going to rush over there as fast as I can. My tractor! We just... Anyway, right now we need to clean up. We'll think about what to do later. While we were fighting the fires, Agate arrived from out of the blue. He used that huge sword of his to cut down some burning trees, roots and all. Thanks to that, the fire didn't spread any farther. I'll admit, all I could do was just stand there and stare in awe.
Sir!
I remember you. Have you come all the way from the guild in Bose?
Yeah, that's right. You remember us, sir?
Yes, you slew those monsters for us and helped with the bandits as well. It'd be hard to forget you after all that.
I see. Oh no, never mind that. Where did the dragon go? And, Agate. Where's Agate?
Yes. After burning the orchards, the dragon flew north. Agate showed up right afterwards and helped put out the fire. But when it was over, he simply vanished.
Agate! Are you sure he didn't go off to find his sister? She lives here, right?
His what? I see. So that's what Agate tells people, is it?
Pardon? What do you mean?
I did check earlier. Agate is not with Misha. He's not in his house either.
I see. So he must have gone after the dragon then.
If I recall the map of Liberl correctly, there should be a mine to the north of here.
Sir Elder, is there anything we can do to assist you? Oh no, you don't need to fret over us. We managed to get the fires out, so all that's left now is cleaning up. More importantly, please help Agate. When he's in this sort of state, there's no telling what he might do.
Got it. Everyone, come on. Let's search the road leading to that mine. Okay.
Oh, Idios, grant us strength. All the trees that we poured our love and life into, all gone.
Abandoned mine trail. Oh, whoops. We went the wrong way. Okay, that's the mine trail, but that's not exactly where I want to go first. Where I want to go is, here, yep. Wonder if we can find her grave. I still think she's dead, honestly. The 6 good souls lost in the fires of war sleep here. Septian's calendar 1192. Leaf, Abel, Nicole, Vim, Elena, Misha. May you rest peacefully by the goddess's side.
Wait a second. Misha, that's the person the Elder talked about a bit ago. What is it, Estelle? No, it's nothing. I'm really curious now, but we need to chase after Agate first.
This is such sad music. Like I knew his sister was dead, but like, yeah, geez, that confirms it, huh? I honestly almost thought that maybe she was gonna end up being another enforcer. God damn it! How do I keep doing that? Okay. Okay, well, this is definitely the abandoned mine trail. Wait. Ah. West Ravenel Mine. Okay, so west is that way. I wonder what's over this way, then. Oh, hey, chest. Found fire. If you can read this, the clowns have won. If you read this, the clowns have won. Okay, that one got me, honestly. Oh, I wish I hadn't killed that fish. Oh my god. Oh, come on. Alright, let's wake her up. Found reviving balm. Oh hey! Is there still something in here? Nope.
Enjoy the show.
Found Terra Bomb. No. Okay, that's a good. No. Well, that was easy enough.
With the wrong guy.
Oh, crap. I got all turned around, didn't I?
They messed with the wrong guy.
Reviving bomb. This chest's contents have already gone on to a better place. Your pockets.
They messed with the wrong guy.
Take. That's all you ever do. Why not try giving back to an empty chest sometime?
Savor the victory. We earned it.
Man, they really love beating on Estelle lately, don't they?
Ah,
Well, it's wide open, that's for sure.
this is the entrance to the abandoned mine. The door's open. Do you think? Estelle, look! The chain's been cut. It looks recent, too. I knew it!
Hagrid's work, I'm sure. He must have gone inside.
We must hurry.
Come on! Okay. Alright, that should be enough. We'll need a bit more time to gather the necessary data. Of course, this is the sort of job he'd shove up on... Of course, this is the sort of job he'd shove off on me.
Having a bad day?
I have a guest, it seems.
You're that red lieutenant from before, aren't you? You've got that same golden sword. Been a while, you bastard.
Agate Krosner, the Heavy Blade. Bracer rank C. Ah no, you were promoted to rank B after the coup.
No surprise that a former member of the intelligence division would already know that. You were always sneaking around in the shadows like a rat back then. Decided to get a bit more showy this time, huh? Well, whatever. I ain't interested in arrests or anything nice like that today. I'm gonna slice that smug look right off your face.
Confident, aren't we? I wouldn't call what happened showy, personally. It was certainly nothing compared to what you saw 10 years ago. I've had a look at the records of every bracer in this country. You and I are very similar in some ways, Agate Krosner.
Similar, huh? You don't know shit, so don't say shit!
You should know from our last encounter the difference in our abilities. On top of that, I have a dragon at my disposal. So what could possibly drive you to engage me alone?
You think I give a damn about my chances of winning? I can't stand you. I'll take any chance I can to kick your ass.
Unbelievable. This is the extent of your power? I won't even need the dragon.
What? Gah!
We may be similar in some ways, but there is one crucial difference between us. That being the reason we take up our swords.
The hell are you?
I wield mine to discard my humanity and walk the path of ruin. You only wield yours in a desperate attempt to fill the emptiness within you. Swinging that lump of iron fills the void within you. For a brief moment, your rage lets you flee from your grief. But in the end, you're only deluding yourself.
Shut up!
Should you continue to hide behind your delusions, you will never move forward. As you are neither fit for enlightenment nor the path I follow. You will always remain incomplete.
Shut the hell up!
Was that Agit's voice? The way it's echoing, I think he must be in the big open mining pit. Come on, let's hurry! Huh? This bridge was broken the last time we came here. Perhaps someone, such as the Royal Army or resident of the residence, repaired it? Maybe. What the? Estelle, what's wrong? This way should lead right into the mining pit, but why is it blocked off by rocks? Perhaps our draconic quarry caused the passage to collapse and is raging. Okay then, I'll use my cannon. Stand by.
No, don't, Tita! An explosion could just make it collapse further.
But, Tita, I know how you feel, but stay calm, okay? Let's see if we can find another way around. Okay.
I mean, we did already, but... Ba-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, na-na-na. I just honestly want to see if there's any... Oh, okay, so that's broken. Oh, hey, there we go. An empty treasure chest, full of promise, yet devoid of payoff. A perfect metaphor for me. Alright, before we get into it, let's just save again. EP charge. Nothing in here. Good. We don't want people refilling these while we're not looking. Found row. Ugh, must we go through this again? Terrible bomb. You rest your head atop the empty chest. You rapidly withdraw as you hear what sounds like a heartbeat. Whoa, wait, what? They all look the same to you now. Every one of them. So helpless, so vulnerable. A mere target for you and your insatiable hunger. Did that say I got some steak? Oh shit, I did. 100 victories steak. Wow, okay, cool. Ah! Damn you!
Careless. As the one mercy I can offer you, I'll end this quickly.
Hiya!
Oh, his blade.
Now then, it's almost time. I should alter the Gospel's control style while I have a moment.
Just a damn second! I'm not done yet! It's not over yet!
That's Agate! Tita! You still cling to that broken lump of iron. As you wish, you shall die as broken as your blade. No!
Short stuff! The hell are you doing?
I was worried about you, Agate, so I came here with Estelle and... Tita! You, stop them.
Whoa!
Ah,
This is bad.
please. Stay away, please.
You idiot! You think please will work on him? Just run already!
The granddaughter of Zeiss Professor Russell, Tita Russell. I'd heard you were a child genius, but no genius would ever behave so recklessly. In truth, I'm not fond of harming women or children. Still, I'll do what I must. Now be a good girl and move.
You son of a bitch!
I won't move. I won't. Agate always saving me, so I have to help him back. I have to. No, that's not it. Not just it. He's blunt, and he always looks he's blunt, and he always looks annoyed. He always treats me like a kid and calls me things like short stuff, but he's really very nice, and he's always watching out for me. He means so much to me. I love him. So I won't move, no matter what.
Tita!
You're a very brave little girl, though I can hardly believe you care that much for such a blockhead. It seems you aren't the only ones who wish to challenge me, so I'll take my leave for now. Eh?
Oh. Oh, God.
Main guns and portside guns! Aim for the dragon! All hands, prepare to take the field immediately upon landing!
Yes, sir!
They finally show their faces. Now we can begin the final experiment. Ah!
Wait, you!
Don't forget, Agate Krosner. So long as you continue to delude yourself, you won't amount to anything. Nor can you protect anything you deem important. But wait! Now look, I stood here and listened to you run your mouth for what felt like forever. I am so not letting you get away after all that! Still, Bright, you too should take this to heart. Huh? Once this experiment ends, our plan will enter its next stage. If you fail to keep your wits about you, I guarantee you will come to regret it. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to...
Curse you, dragon! You will not flee! All hands fire! Fire! Bring it down!
As if your cannons can do anything against a legend. Let us go, Ragnar the Ancient.
Wait, am I actually gonna finish up this chapter tonight? That doesn't sound right.
Well, wait! Why aren't we chasing him? What are you doing? Does this have something to do with your stupid bracer grudge?
Not in the slightest. That monster wasn't even scratched by rounds from a combat vessel. What do you intend to do that cannons cannot?
Well...
Courage and recklessness are different things. I'm sure you all saw the damage to Bose and revenue. This has, in essence, become a war.
A war?
Leave the bread to the bakers, Miss Bright. If this is a war, the professionals will handle it. If you want my advice, you're better off searching for Ouroboros' center of command.
But...
You're kidding.
Oh God, look at him.
Agate? Agate! Take it easy, okay? I just finished patching you up.
Ugh. You're the heavy blade Agate, yes? Cassius tells me you're quite an active young bracer. Don't care what the old man said. General, listen. Leave the bread to the bakers. War to the professionals? You seriously saying that? Of course I'm serious. Unlike bracers who exist only to protect private citizens, we must protect the country as a whole. We must protect Liberl soil and those who live upon it. The army is the only instrument that can... Protect Liberl soil and those who live upon it, huh?
Don't make me laugh! Grr.
Whoa, Agate! Agate, calm down, please.
You're always too late! You idiots move like slugs! You just worry about keeping everyone in step! You can't do shit without orders! You can't even protect the things you say you will! You can't do it now, and you didn't do it 10 years ago! Are you, I wonder, who the hell could leave it to you? This time, gotta protect Misha myself.
Agate, is he okay?
He doesn't seem to have reopened his wounds. He's simply exhausted, physically and mentally.
Oh, Agate, he was making an even bigger fuss than usual.
For now, he needs rest in his own bed. His home is in Ravenel. My ship can take him that far at least.
Thank you. Wait a minute. How do you know Agate's house is in Ravenel?
I remembered that I met him once before. The little boy from that day has grown quite a bit.
What day?
It was immediately after the 100 Days War. The day the memorial to his sister and the other villagers was erected.
They both gasped. God. Okay, so I guess the chapter probably isn't done yet because we didn't have a boss fight, but like still, this is some heavy shit that we're going through right now, isn't it? Oh, I honestly thought we were gonna see a flashback.
I see. What a mess. Miss Bright, General Sir, I'm sorry to have caused you so much trouble.
No. In the end, we couldn't stop the dragon's rampage. I'm sorry we weren't of much help, really.
You've no reason to disparage yourself, Miss Bright. Even with the dragon still on the loose, you have proven indispensable in the aid you have given others. You successfully evacuated the market, and Mr. Krosner's firefighting efforts were marvelous. Only you bracers could have responded so quickly.
I have to admit, General, it feels a little strange to hear you say that. But, about Agate, is it true that during the war his little sister was,
It is, yes. Liberl's forces and the Imperial Army were fighting on the village's outskirts. During the battle, some Erebonian incendiary rounds hit the village. Ultimately, some of the homes were burnt and some of our villagers lost their lives. One of them was Misha Krosner.
In a way, the Royal Army is culpable for that entire incident. The defensive line we established to protect the village ended up doing little more than drawing the fighting into it. The end result was large portions of the village being laid waste.
oh.
And the order to establish the defensive line came from my desk. You can very easily say that the blood of those people is on my hands.
General Sir, please, you don't need to blame yourself. The Royal Army was doing their duty, that's all. The whole thing was just a tragedy built on several coincidences colliding.
No, Ryzen, you needn't No, Ryzen, you needn't make excuses for me. Those sort of justifications hold no meaning for those who lost family. Those like that red-haired young man.
Well,
After the battle, I attended the funeral for the village's dead as a representative of the army. I still clearly remember the eyes of one particular red-haired young man in attendance. Bottomless sadness, twisted by rage. Eyes such as I have never seen before or since. And I was the one responsible for giving him such eyes.
no, that isn't true. Agate never blamed the Erebonians or the Royal Army or even you, General. The person he blamed was himself.
What do you mean?
All I know is what I observed, but Agate always seemed to blame himself in some way for Misha's death. It wasn't even remotely true, of course, but he convinced himself it was. And then, after practically torturing himself over what happened, he left the village. He wanted to search for an answer, to find a way to make it up to Misha. I always thought his time as a street thug in Rouen was because of that, because he never found his answer. He did eventually get his head screwed back on and began walking the path of a bracer, but I don't think he ever truly found the answer he sought. He's still trapped by that same sadness, that same anger at himself.
How terrible!
Hey, General? Are you sure you won't let us bracers help against the dragon?
What?
We definitely have some strong points the army doesn't. We're smaller so we can respond faster. We're closer to the civilian population. It's a bit easier for us to get to places where the army has trouble getting to, too. I know we could help if you'd let us, but now that I've heard all this, I think Agate became a bracer because he thought there was potential in those abilities. The potential to find a way to make peace with his sister. Yeah, I think I can understand now why Agate became a bracer when Dad invited him. Dad became a bracer when he lost Mom, after all. So to prove the potential of bracers, and more than anything, to help the people in need around me, I want to do everything I possibly can. So please, let us help you. Ah, beautifully said, Estelle.
Yes, well said. I wonder, had bracers been in Bose 10 years ago, could it all have been... It's nothing. Cassius is swamped with other duties, so I'll be taking command of army operations against the dragon. I need to head back to the Hacken Gate and hold counsel over our next moves. I will take your suggestion under advisement.
So then...
Do not be hasty. I merely said I would take it under advisement. I will contact your guildhouse tonight with the results of our deliberations. That is all I can promise.
Right, we understand.
We'll be waiting to hear from you, sir. I must pardon myself here, then. Ryzen, my thanks for your hospitality.
No, please, come by any time.
Man, General Morgan has really... I like him a lot more now in this one. Compared to... I mean, he was supposed to be a dick in the first one, obviously.
Okay, we'd better get back to Bose. Agate should probably stay here, huh?
Injuries like his will take... Injuries like his will take at least a few days to heal. Let him sleep for now.
Yeah, good idea. Let's check in on him before we go and fill Tita in on what's going on. Oh, Elder Ryzen? I know now's not the best time to ask, but please take care of Agate for us.
You don't need to worry. He's part of our family here. Besides, compared to 10 years ago, the dragon is nothing. We should be thanking the goddess no one's died yet.
Misha had the loveliest smile, and she dearly loved Agate. But she was just as strong-willed and stubborn as her brother, perhaps even more so. When she set her mind on something, she was the type who never let it go until she damn well made it happen. I sometimes can't help but wonder what the future would have held for her. I think she would have been head of the orchards by now, if only.
Maybe she would have been a bracer like her big brother.
Leave Agate's care to us. Fair roads to you on your way back to Bose.
Okay, so where is Agate's house then? Is it this tiny little... Yep, it is.
Estelle! Hi, Tita! How's Agate doing? He's still asleep. But, his face looks a lot better, so I think he'll be okay so long as he gets a lot of rest. I see. So, this is Agate's house, huh? It is small, but it is warm. It is small, but it is warm and comfortable.
This is where he lived with his sister, then.
Hey! This photograph. This looks like a picture of when Agate was a kid. That means this girl must be... Yes, I think it's Mishka. What a sweet little child. She and Agate seem to have been quite close. I think so too. Agate and Misha look really happy after all. Yeah, they really do. Agate looks about 14 in this, so Misha would be, what, 12? Agate's got the sort of face that just screams, I'm the world's biggest prankster. I bet he was an interesting kid.
Hey now, don't read too much into a man's old photographs. It's a little embarrassing.
Really? Still though, why did Agate keep quiet about his sister? He kept talking about her as if she was alive. Yeah, but if you think about it, Agate never said Misha was alive. He said he comes back to visit, and I bet he meant he visits her grave. Now that you mention it, yeah. He still should have known we had the wrong idea about it, though. Why wouldn't he correct us? I don't know, but Agate once said work calmed down a bit. Agate said once work calmed down a bit, he'd introduce us all. I think he was going to tell us then. That's right. I bet that's it. Well, we can ask him later what he intended, but, Tita? We need to head back to the Bose Guildhouse soon, but, What is it?
Estelle explained that the army would be contacting the guild that evening.
Oh, I see. Estelle? You don't need to say anything, Tita. You're gonna say what you want to stay behind and to take care of Agate, right? Underestimate me at your own peril, my little Tita. I can read the inside of your mind like a picture book. It's a big sister thing. Aww.
Leave the rest to us, Tita.
You just put your efforts into nursing Agate back to health so he can be back on his feet.
Estelle, everyone, thank you so much. Aw, you don't need to thank us. There's only one thing I'll ask you to do. When Agate wakes up, tell him what we just told you, okay? Yeah, you mean the stuff about the bracers and Amis working together? Yeah. Also, I want you to stop Agate from trying anything reckless, physically if necessary. You're not to let him out of this bed until he's fully healed. Got it? Yeah. I'll do my best. Estelle, everyone, be careful, okay?
Well, I guess we're going back to town. Da-da-da-da-da. What the hell?
So, let's see. I told the story to Tita. Is there anything else we need to do?
Let's stay a while. Whoa, that was cool. I just sort of went through the gate there. Alright, let's see. Looks like the Royal Army soldiers have pulled out. I feel terrible for saying this, but anytime I see an army uniform, I still get a twinge of anxiety, you know? The days of the war always come flooding back.
Ah, welcome. Lyman came over to tell me to cheer up, but I can't. I just can't. I feel how I feel. What a day it's been. Miss Bracer, I'm being good, just like Dad asked. They're all still cleaning up the orchards. I still can't go outside. I'm bored. Maybe Miss Lyman will make a dessert for me. I heard Agate was injured and had to be carried back home. And I thought I saw a little girl coming out of his house a bit ago. Who is that? She almost reminds me of...
I'll just check around, see if we can find any sidequests.
My husband still hasn't come back from the orchards. I hope he isn't worrying over things too much. He's always so serious.
Oh, that sure is a loft right there. Is that for, like, storage or something?
I left Louis at the bar, but I'm worried about him. He saw all of it, the destruction, the dragon torching the orchards in all its fury. I always hoped we could spare the children such horrors.
It's hard not to, but right now isn't the time to wallow in depression. For the sake of my family, I have to focus on moving forward. The village needs to come together and talk about what to do about the orchards. I heard the dragon hit Bose, too. I'm worried, damn it, but I can't abandon the folks here either. My wife and son are... Okay, so...
Oh, Idios, greater strength. Great challenges lie before us, but they are challenges we must and will overcome. Ravenu can't sustain itself without the orchard, so we must do what we can. We need to speak with our young people and decide where to go from here. If we mean to rebuild the orchards, we must all do so together. Most of the homes were hit by incendiary shells during the war. Agate's home took the very worst of it of all. It was such a cruel thing to do. Everyone came together to rebuild his house.
So dragons really exist. I thought they were just fairy tales. But the dragons that come up in the stories are almost always good guys. I never imagined they'd be nearly as violent as that one.
Dragons are almost always good. Okay, so same old. Well, at least there are still a few apple trees left here.
I'll keep a close eye on Agate. You guys be careful, promise?
Oh, God. Alright, guys, and I think on that note, I'm going to call it a night here. So, until next time, this has been Professor Icepick with Back to Log Off, signing off. Let's just go back to the title screen real quick. Okay, well, there we go. So, until next time, like I said, I'm glad that I've got another 3-session week coming up, so hopefully we'll hit Chapter 6 by then. But, until next time, this has been Professor Icepick signing off. Catch you later.